Good morning, family. I hope you're fine. I hope everything is fine. And yeah, so I'm back to my trusted balcony. Absolutely love. Well, I'm starting to put on sweaters when I'm on the balcony because, well, it is getting colder. The summer is gone, and yeah, it's time for me to start accepting that fact. Okay, so today I'm going to be introducing you to a series that I'm going to be doing, which is about students and difficulties that students face. So, lately I've been reading a lot about learning disabilities, and I think that one thing, I was talking to one of my friends one time, and she said the problem is nobody wants to accept that their child is just stubborn or stupid. They have to put a label to it. And I was like, maybe the label was that stubborn or stupid. Maybe, just maybe. That was the label, and now we know what exactly is going on. I remember a time when I used to look at some children who are, just screaming out of the blue. A child just screams, and I'm like, why are the parents letting the child behave like this? And at that time, I knew nothing about autism, about ADHD, ADD. I did not know any of those things. And the older I got, the more I started having actually friends whose children do have some of these issues. And I felt really bad about having judged other people because, we are used to a disability is blindness, deafness, not being able to walk. We're not used to a bit to being challenged in different ways that other people cannot see. So sometimes you don't know what kind of issues the child is going through, or even the adult is going through, and we're just busy there judging. Now, one of the things that I know is dyslexia. So quite a lot of the people that I know are not really, I don't know, it's just one of those things that, to me, someone who loves to write and someone who's always been good at writing, I kind of reproduce more what I write, but I used to be very good at writing. Um, I could not relate to understanding why some of my classmates, because they talk and they say it well, and then they write it and it's a mess, and I'm thinking, what is wrong with you? It just never used to make sense to me. But then I grew up, and the first time I had the word dyslexia was actually in Neighbors, the program. And Susan's son was dyslexic, and to me, I was like, oh yeah, that's a white people thing. It's I mean, it's a soap opera. What else do you think? I mean, it can't. This is not real. And then I met somebody who who I personally knew and had been that kind of person who her writing just never she just never used to get there with the writing. Everything else she could do fine. It's just the writing that was a problem. And I never understood why. And I just thought she was lazy. I just seriously thought she was lazy and she was writing too fast or something. Um and then as I grew up and a lot of things happened, then of course Facebook happened, and I saw her writing something like dyslexic awareness, and I'm like, oh no, what? This thing's actually real? And then somebody who I really respect, I mean, when I think of people in academia who, I mean, people who know about early childhood education, whenever I need some information about early childhood education, she's the one I go to. She started talking about it quite a lot, and I was like, okay, I need to talk to this woman. So like, okay, let's meet on the green tent, which is also known as WhatsApp. Like, the blue tent is getting a bit crowded, let's get to the green tent. And I was like, how do you know so much about this? And she's like, but I'm a teacher. Why would I not know about this? I'm like, I don't know what kind of school you're teaching, but the school I went to, there was no such thing as learning difficulties. You are either clever, average, or stupid. There was no mitigating circumstances. And she was like, oh no, my one of my daughters is dyslexic. And I'm like, which one? And then she tells me, and I'm like, not possible. That's the intelligent one. She's like, all my daughters are intelligent. But she had to correct that. And then she tells me, no, I mean, she has quite well, she manages it quite well, but yeah, she does have learning difficulties, and so she had to do a different system from what which was going to be more friendly to her. And even when choosing the career, she had to go with something that will allow for her to not be extremely overwhelmed. And I got quite interested, so I did start doing a lot of research, and I found out quite a lot about it, and I figured out quite a few of my friends, and I became so good at noticing it that I actually started telling people. And I was so proud one time when somebody did something, and I was like, have you ever considered to be checked if you're dyslexic? And she's like, how did you know I'm dyslexic? I was like, you are? She's like, yeah, but most people just think I'm dumb. And yeah, so it was really interesting. And I was like, okay, then yeah, we got to talking about it, and I will have her in one of my videos. So this is to introduce the fact that we are going to be talking about learning difficulties. We're going to talk about dyslexia. We are going to talk about early childhood detection of learning difficulties, and what you can do to help your child, or indeed if you are an adult and you've grown up with learning difficulties and you don't know where to start. Sometimes you feel like people will think you're making excuses, but you know what? Make excuses, you deserve to succeed. And with that, I look forward to the interviews that I'm going to line up, that we are going to talk about this. Okay, love you. See you all soon.